And a nightmare ordeal in Texas where a man has been charged with aggravated kidnapping for allegedly holding a woman that he met on the dating app Bumble captive for days, repeatedly assaulting her after she denied his sexual advances.
Well, these are documents that were filed in the arrest of 21-year-old Zachary Kent Mills, and based on the interviews that the investigators had with the victim in this case, where she alleges that on Christmas Eve, December 24th, she connected with Mills on the dating app Bumble, and that he came by her apartment, picked her up, and they went back to his apartment. And that's where, according to the court documents, he immediately tried to engage in sexual intercourse. The victim told investigators that she refused the advances, and that then the Mills began to physically assault her, punching her, slapping her, and even at one point using a screwdriver to inflict damage on the woman as well.
All right, so this next story is scary. A Houston area man is already free on bond after he was charged in the kidnapping and assault of a woman he met on the dating app Bumble. The 21-year-old woman says that Zachary Kent Mills held her captive without food or water for 5 days and then beat her when she tried to escape.
The woman was found with bruised eyes, bruises all over her body, as well as cuts to her neck and throat. Despite all of this, 5 days later, Mills, according to the court documents, decided to leave his apartment and go see his father, and that is when the woman was able to escape. And despite all of this, the attorney for Mills says that no one should rush to judgment in this case.
Not to be insensitive to the complaining witness at all or anything like that, or for anyone who may have actually experienced these traumatic events. But I think also it's important to know that there are two sides to this story. My client is presumed innocent, as is afforded to him through the Constitution and due process.
Now, as you mentioned, Jim, Mills is out on bond. It was a $50,000 bond. There are some conditions on that release. He is not allowed to come within 200 feet of where the victim lives, works, or goes to school, and that he has to observe a 24-hour home confinement curfew as well. He's not expected back in court, though, until early March.
Goodness, thank God the woman is safe. Ed Lavandera, thanks so much for covering.
And a Bumble date turns into a nightmare when a woman says that her date kidnapped and held her hostage 4 days. We'll be right back. And it was supposed to be a first date, but it ended in a nightmare. A Texas man is now being charged with kidnapping and assault of a woman that he met on a dating app. How she escaped 5 days later.